Hey guys, just wanted to leave a quick message that it's time for us to rejoice and letting you know that the time for judgment is here for the judges of the old control, dominating, manipulating, fear-based system. It can no longer be sustainable. The Christ consciousness has reached a mass of over 50%. We are heading towards Christ consciousness. And ladies and gentlemen, thanks to you guys and your struggles and your unwillingness to give up and to feed into that fear, it is now time for Christ to give his powers to Christ consciousness, which means that the judgment is now to be handed over to the light worker, the love community, the loving, peaceful beings who only see love, beauty, harmony, support, and a new way. And so it is time for us to say bye-bye, bye-bye to the old controllers, the ones who use fear-mongering, use domination, use control, use manipulation, use hate tactics. None of that can work anymore. None of that can survive, because now the power has been handed into the hands of the beautiful starseed, love worker, beautiful community of the chosen ones, of the Creator. And you chose yourselves. You know why you chose yourselves? Because you've always chosen love in your life. You have never been one to seek out, to dominate, to hurt, to destroy, to manipulate. And it's given, the power is given over, the key is handed over, the key of final judgment, if you will, is handed over to the chosen ones who chose themselves in this lifetime, because they chose to always approach things towards others in a loving, compassionate, easygoing way, and to try to create unity, even though it never worked in that old control system. Us trying to create unity just freaked them out, because they knew that their time was getting short. The more unity that we would create, but just know that that's over. It's over. It's over for them. Now we, instead of them being the judges, we are gonna judge them. This includes over domineering police, over controlling, the big G word of America. And now we have the power, we have the control, and God don't like what he sees. And guess what? God is all of us. Christ consciousness. We are a unique little pocket of Christ consciousness as a whole. We all together are Christ. We separate are just a little individual spark, and we're handed over the keys. So now this means that they are going to be gently removed, and we are going to gently come in and show them that we are the ones who were meant to be on top all along, because we don't seek to destroy, we don't seek to ruin, we don't seek to hurt, we don't seek to dominate, we don't seek to control. And the only time that we ever in our lifetime would use any sort of, coming at somebody like in a certain way that didn't really probably make us proud, is when we had to defend ourselves against evil and it was getting too much. So yeah, Christ consciousness people, the only time that you ever showed your claws was times that you felt you really had to. You felt it was really necessary. The only time that you came out And would attack is when you were in mama bear mode, or when you felt like you were being threatened. You know, Christ consciousness, we are a part of the animal kingdom, literally. So we reflect our animals. And our animals, they will not do anything unless they feel threatened, or, you know, it's, unless it was meant to be that they did something, then they would attack to protect their baby cubs, to protect their survival, to protect their home, to protect things that they loved and that were near and dear to them. They would create boundaries. So we create boundaries, but we never, ever, ever once came at people in a spiteful way unless pushed to do so, unless we felt like we were being threatened, and knowing our boundaries. And so you know who you are. If you're somebody like that, you've lived that way your whole life. You were born that way. You were born as a seeker. You were born as a peaceful individual. You were born into love. You were born into God's creation. You were born to do something great, and you always knew that, and were always condemned for it. Now my phone was threatened, and that wasn't good. So what I'm saying here is we gently, finally are getting our power back. And yes, it took a long time, because we don't dominate, we don't do things fast, we don't force things. But the Great Awakening has made a great shift. A great shift. And this coming right from Christ, which is a packet of individuals all speaking clearly to each other, getting downloads from each other. You know who you are, you're hearing them too. The same ones I'm hearing. And who are individually working on their path of self-mastery. So it's a unified, separate thing that we're working on, but it's all for the greater good of the all. We've made a lot of sacrifices, a lot of personal sacrifices, You may not have had a penny to your name, a lot of stuff. But now, as we ascend up and get that creator key of Christ consciousness, others are gonna wanna follow us. They're gonna wanna know what we got. They're gonna want some. And they're gonna follow our lead now, instead of us feeling like we're being made to look like crazy individuals who don't know what we're talking about. People are gonna start to finally look up to us and follow our lead, which is what we've wanted all along. It warms my heart. And so the masses, due to their trials, struggles, tribulations, and they're getting fed up with being controlled and finally seeing the truth about this